Morning stuff to do, guys. Let's see what we can do. Let's see where we can do this at here. Just trying to get this. Come on, man. Morning, morning, morning. I'm just trying to see if something works. We're going to figure it out. Unlisted. It said unlisted. No, it's not unlisted. They said it can't be unlisted. So I'm going to drink a cup of coffee and see what's going on. Whew, we got a busy day, guys. We got a busy day. I'm trying to get the little things done here at the house before I take off. We got the battery fully charged for the bike. The key thing, we've got the battery charged for the motorcycle. Been charging since yesterday. We're gonna take it out today. We have now. The fair has come into town. They've set up. They got here yesterday. They set up. They set up in one day. It's amazing. That's how shitty these old country fairs is. I think that it's called the James Gang Fair. They're huge, but they break off in little parts and go to all these different little communities and towns. If you want to see something, man, this is. If you like I grow gardens, so my tomatoes, little bitty ones. Look here. You ever had grape tomatoes? This is the best. Look at these grape tomatoes. People say, "Oh, those are grapes." No, they're not. They're not cherries. They're not grapes. They're tomatoes. They're called grape. Cherry tomatoes, man. Look, they're awesome. They're not cherries. They're tomatoes. So they're good. They're excellent. Great eating. We love doing the peppers, the green sweet peppers. So I got a few, like I said, I got a few little things to do this morning. I've got to knock out a few things here in the house before I get the battery in the motorcycle. Trying to wait for the kiddo to, she's getting up, she's going to be heading to school. I hear that motorcycle going up. He comes in. He works out in town. He rides his motorcycle every day at night and goes out. So here's what we're doing today. We've got some important stuff in the mail coming. We got some new mounts for the phone, for the GoPro, to try something a little better on the bike. We've got busy day. We got the motorcycle battery charged. We're gonna put it in. We're gonna get it going, see what we can do with it. We've got to get the package today. We got the fair just come into town today, so it's going to be a busy week here. They set up yesterday. One day they set up. No wonder, them old county fairs are just falling apart, because it's called the James Gang, and they're really huge. They got tons of rides and all that, but they break off in little pieces and go to all these different counties and communities and do their little fairs. So we got the fair here it's here. It got here yesterday. I think they've set up most of the stuff. They start this morning. I think they open like at 10 o'clock. We're going to ride by there. We're going to get on the bike. We're going to put the battery back in the bike this morning. Yes, all-American, baby. So what we're going to do is we're going to do that. I can't believe he said that. Anyways, we're gonna take a ride on the bike over there. We're gonna check it out. We're gonna go live here in a little bit again on from the motorcycle. We're gonna go over there, and like I said, I've just got some things. I've got a few things I'm gonna knock out around the house. I've got to knock some things out around the house, get them done real quick while the kid gets ready for school. She's going to go to school. I told her she had till November to change her job from down the mountain to the old general store to town, because wear and tear going up and down that mountain and everything was just awful. So she got a job at Dairy Queen, which I think is excellent for a high school kid. So she starts that today. So that'll be exciting. It's not her first job. She's been at the other job for well over a year, almost 2 years, but she's a hard worker, so then she gets to go around in more public. In Dairy Queen, if you know anything, I don't care if you're in a small town or not, when you only have a Dairy Queen, McDonald's, and Taco Bell, you're going to be a little busy, so she's going to get to see really, what's going on. So, like I said, we got a few things to do this morning. We're going to knock out a few chores this morning. This is not my OF channel, by the way, even though a woman said, I'll pay you $200 to wash dishes and let me watch you. I said, no, that's okay. I'll do it for free, baby. I'm just teasing, but we got some things to do. Like I said, we're gonna get the battery back in the motorcycle, and we're gonna ride to the fairgrounds. We're gonna check it out, and see if they're completely, it's a beautiful morning. We're gonna see if they've got it all fixed up and ready to go yet. I think we get a fair day for the kids at school. Get out tomorrow, maybe. Mainly it's a lot of little kids that go during that fair day. They go and they get to ride rides, I think cheaper or whatever. But it's went up so expensive, man. Going to the fair, like they have one night that's like a bracelet night. And I think no matter what, because we have a fair, like we do like flat track racing with dirt bikes and all kinds of stuff. We got, the Derby Saturday night. We got all kinds of events over there. So what we're going to do is, and they usually have like Thursday night, it's like a family night, like a $20 bracelet night, So you pay $20 and you get in at the gate, you get a bracelet, you get to ride all the rides, for $20. Stuff like that, if you know what I mean. Hello, so, and then like they sell tickets, and where the economies went so expensive and high, man. I mean, of course, I don't ride rides. I'm a grown man. I quit doing that years ago, Basically, I just go for the funnel cakes, and the fair food. I'd rather spend my money on the fair food, because it's like $5 just to get in, $5 to get in the gate. But if you want to ride rides, you have to buy the tickets from the fair people. And the fair people, it's pretty expensive, so. And then, there goes another Harley, and they're all up down the road this morning. So, if anybody knows anything about a country fair, then you know as well as I do. You're going to pay a high price. That's just the bottom. That's just the way it is. You're going to pay, it's going to cost you, if you got a family of 4 like I do, you're going to pay just $100, if not more, just to get in, just to get in. Say we go Thursday night, family night, 20, 40, 60, $80 just to get in and ride all the rides. Okay, that's not including all the food, the fair food. Shit, you can get a deep fried Oreos or a funnel cake, $5, $6 a piece. Cotton candy, $5, $6 a piece. Big lemonade cups, $12. You're looking at minimum, if you go eat and ride all the rides and do all that and play games, $500 probably. Now that's if you, in my opinion, if you want to have a good time, you'll spend $400 or $500. But now, if you go cheap and go the night, you can pay 80, say family of 4, $20 a pop, get in to ride all the rides, eat locally, eat before you go, buy you some cotton candy for $5. You can probably do it, a couple of drinks. You can do it under $100, right at $100, if that's the way you wanted to do it, If you don't have the money, you can do it that way. But then, even when you get in, you still get to watch the Derby. You still get to, whatever night you go and what event they have going on. Like, some night they might have the barrel racing or the cowboying or whatever, the rodeo stuff. I don't know yet. I'll have to look. You get to go and look at all the exhibits and all the stuff that they do and the farm shows. They do all kinds of little events. So. It just depends on what day you go and all that stuff. So, it's fun to do. Now that our kids are grown, basically grown. My youngest is, almost 17. So she's the kind that, they'll go every day, but they go with their friends. You know, they'll go walk around. They don't even ride rides really. They just go walk around and hang out with their buddies and their girlfriends and boyfriends. You know how that is. So we did it, but we did it at, or I did it. I did it at like skating ring and stuff like that. You know, I grew up, you know, in the era of skating rings, and you know, you got to try to impress the girls by roller skating and playing arcade games and pool. And even though, you know, we were really never that great at anything, we thought we were, you know, we tried to be, you know. I mean, that's the way it was growing up in the 80s, you know, and in the early 90s. It was listening to some Bon Jovi or Guns, or something like that in the, you know, Guns N' Roses or whatever, or, you know, some Walk Like an Egyptian or some shit, you know, or the Cars or something like, you know, in the skating ring. They'd be jamming out, you know, to Poison or White Snake, and so I mean, it was a complete different era. I wish my kids would have. We don't even have skating ring, and a lot of people now. There's some people that still have a skating ring, you know, and usually in these, like in Atlanta and different places like that. But and sometimes in the small town countries, like I am in East Tennessee, we used to have one, but we don't anymore. So I mean, my kids never got to grow up and experience that, getting to go to the skate ring, hang out every Friday night, you know, with their friends, and getting to listen to music, and they never got, you know, you don't get to choose what's on the music, but if you knew the DJ, you could go up there and say, hey, can you play this? And maybe if you know, if you were a local, good enough local, and you come all the time, maybe they would play it for you. So, you know, it is what it is. But like I said, I'm going to knock out a few chores here at the house. Try to do these, try to get back and getting these live streams, early morning stuff, you know. That's what I'm trying to do. Get back into the rhythm of the night. No, try to get back in the rhythm of these lives. Because I used to do them. People that just know me now, or in the last year, they don't know, man. I used to do live streams every morning, every day, every night. I was doing them, I mean, tons of them. That's all right. That's what they're for. That's why I pay the price I do for the StreamYard. But I'm not using StreamYard. I'm going through YouTube right now because I wanted to do it on my phone, and I didn't want to go through the setup process and change the microphone over and all that, because I've got it all hooked up in there to my system, all, you know, anyways. So I just wanted to go through YouTube and try to attract a few more new, you know, subscribers and followers. And thank you guys to the ones that do and always hang out. And maybe you don't speak a lot or none of that, but you're watching. I sure thank you. Always appreciate it. You guys are what makes this channel go. It's not me. I'm just the guy behind the curtain. I'm just the creator. You guys are the actual, you know, the machine that keeps it running. If it wasn't from you guys, there would be no channels. There wouldn't be a platform. I would be sitting here with no subscribers, no nothing, and that wouldn't be good, in my opinion. You know, that ain't why you start a channel. You start a channel to network, to reach out to people, you know, to meet people, or, you know, whatever. So, but I enjoy it. Like I said, I enjoy the people I've met on here. And, it's always good to have a cup of coffee sitting next to you. I don't drink much coffee anymore. I drink maybe a half of the cup of this or something, it'll be all right. I don't go to Starbucks. I don't buy that stuff. My kids like these flavors, though. This is a Rocket Pop, you know, like the popsicles. Rocket Pop. Look at that. Pretty cool mix. It's a mix. They love it. Tastes good. They buy all these different flavors. Passion fruit, yeah. Zero sugar. So they're big on the zero sugar stuff. They don't want to be sugared down, you know. I don't blame them. I need to be like that because I'm a little heavy. I'm on the heavy side, and I need to get some of that weight down. So, I mean, everyone's like, yeah, but you're tall, you know, your height makes up for it. And it does in a way, you know, I'm 6'2", 245. So, I mean, it is what it is, but I still would like to drop about 40 pounds. So, just to feel better. I think I'd feel a lot better if I dropped about 40 pounds. 35, 40 pounds, something like that. I think it would do wonders. Or I know it would, I don't think. It would do wonders for my breathing and all that shit. But I'm not trying to get into medical stuff here. We're not doing that channel. We're not on that kind of channel. We're on the channel of just hanging out, you know. Build a team. We want to build a team up. We got the memberships. When you become members, you know, we get enough going, we're going to do member live streams only. Yep. And if you're one of those people that stick with me, we're going to do, you know, the member lives where hopefully we can get you to come on and just hang out with us. You can get one-on-one or get 2 or 3 on a live stream and get to, you know, you want to present your channel or your platform and all that stuff. We'll let you do that as well. What's up, retired rider? No, I ain't doing too many. I ain't done enough, man. I'm trying to, we got a busy day this morning, trying to get back into the rhythm of getting these live streams going. That's why I was saying earlier, man, if only if you knew me 3, 4, 5 years ago, man, I'd knock live streams out every morning, day, every night, every week. I mean, but I'm going to take a break. Like I said, I got a few things I'm doing, washing the dishes, got a few things to clean up around the house before I start my day. Well, my day started at 3 o'clock this morning. So what I'm going to do what I got to do, I got a very important package coming in the mail. I got a very important package coming in the mail here in a little bit. Hopefully they'll deliver it pretty quick this morning. We got to see to the bike. We got the battery charged. It's been charging since yesterday all night. Everything for the Sporty. We've got to. We got the. Shit, would you quit? We got the. Oh dog, what is it, Daisy? So we got the battery going. The fair came into town yesterday. One day they set up, and they're like, "Yeah, jump on these rides." Really? You put that up in one day, and you expect me to put my kids on that ride? Okay, I don't know if I'd do that. Like I said, we get the battery in the bike. I'm going to try to set up some stuff, set this phone up. We're going to take a ride over to the Fairgrounds. We're going to check it out and see if it's set up completely. Because it starts today. The fair starts today. So they have to be set up. They had to set up yesterday. When I passed over there yesterday, they had a few of the trucks that were semis that were carrying the rides. Some of them was there, not all of them yet. And like I said, it's a one big company. It's called the James Gang. It's huge carny people, man, and fair people. But what they do is they break it off into so many little rides, and they go to this town, another little group goes to this town, another little group goes to this town, you know, and that's how they do it. Get out of that, quit. So, go, before I whoop you. And it's like they don't bring any good rides, man. Like, I think last year or the year before, it sucked. They had like 2 adult rides, because my kids are bigger, you know. They want to ride something good. They're done with the kiddie rides, man. I don't ride. I just walk. I just go with the kids on the derby night and stuff like that. Now, my daughters, they'll go a couple nights a week, if not every night. They'll go and walk around with their friends and all that. What's up, Quick Shoe? Good morning. Gonzalez, Alves. Good morning. Portugal. Okay. You were, what is that picture? Okay, I thought it was a motorcycle. That's quick shoe. And that's what I was saying though. Like I got a busy day, and hopefully we can get some things going and get some. I get my package. I can see about this new mounting system for the phone. I ordered it specifically for this phone or for a phone mount. I've got many different phone mounts. I can change them around if it doesn't do what I want it to. I can extend it. I bought an extender, a 360 extender, meaning you can put a GoPro or a phone on it, and you just twist it and it goes 360. You don't have to undo it or nothing, like John has, I think. Like I don't know if it's the same kind or whatever, but when you have it on your motorcycle, you can twist it around and you can move your camera completely around, and you don't have to undo it and unloosen it and move it and all that. I think it's a 360 device that goes around and around. And I know everyone's like, well, just get a 360 camera and edit it. I don't want to edit. Don't want to edit. I got a 360 camera. I got a 360 X2 right here. So maybe I just want to stick the GoPro and turn it around. So yeah, be a good girl. But like I said, though, I wanted to come on here and see if I wanted to try the Nightbot. I was going to try it yesterday. I was going to go live. What's up, Salty? I was going to do another live yesterday, and the time I started to click on it, my wife pulled up because she had to go to work yesterday she had to run in for a couple hours and fix some stuff for some people over there. And then she, that's all. It wasn't even her work day. She's off on Saturday and Sundays, but there was an emergency, so she had to go in for a couple hours. And the time I started to click on it on the live, she pulled up, and I knew we had plans, when she got home. So I didn't click on the live. I was like, well, now I got to go with her and see to something, So. But like I said, it is what it is. We're going to check that out today. We're going to drop that battery. It's beautiful outside, man. The sun's shining, and there ain't no rain in the forecast. It started raining yesterday a little bit. We're going to put that battery into the Sportster. It is completely, I just don't know about it though. I mean, it's completely charged. It's been charging all day, or whenever I took, half a day yesterday and all night and all that stuff. So it's charged. The only issue I don't want to have is to get somewhere and turn the bike off and it not start. Because I don't know if that Sportster actually will run and keep that battery charged. It should, but Salty, what do you think? Does it have the little regulator and all that stuff that does all that? I know it ain't got an alternator, but it's supposed to keep that battery charged, right? What's up, Jamin? Portugal, man, that's a wild place, I bet. Portugal. But like I said, we're gonna knock that out. Raining in summer, yep, is not the global warming stuff. Now, I don't believe in global warming. I believe that's a hoax. I believe all that is just pushed to the narrative of other people's agenda and their stuff. So they've been hollering global warming and shit since the 70s, and probably even sooner than that. This acid rain is going to take us all out. And then we got Y2K, and then, the water is going to evaporate. And we're not going to have this and this. Or the water, how many times they said the water was going to rise, the oceans was going to rise. I mean, if the ocean rises as much as they said it was going to, guess what? I'm on a mountaintop in East Tennessee. I would be probably still underwater. I mean, come on, really? It's wild, man. I'm not laughing at you, man. I completely, it's mind-boggling that they've been saying global warming, green energy for years and years, And I don't get it because, like I said, well, I get it to the point of they want to control and try to, adapt and change the weather patterns and all that stuff. But, like, do we really believe, does most people really believe that, we're going to walk outside and we're going to just go into flames and stuff? Yeah, sometimes we feel like it because it's so humid and it's hot. I get that. Yeah, dude, you ain't got long. Yeah, Jamin, it's been happening for years. Yeah, we'd all be swimming, man. We'd all be building a Noah's Ark. We'd all be, you know, trying to preserve our family on houseboats and boats. Um, but then you go back and you watch videos of the 70s in in New York City and these cities or not even just the cities, but other places in the 70s. And you got these kids playing with a fire hydrant, and it's open and water is shooting in the streets and they're playing and having fun and they're saying, oh, it's global warming. We're all, we need water and all this. But then you see all this stuff going on and happiness and it's like, really, where's the acid in the rain? Where's the stuff that's taking us out? It's not. I just think they brainwashed half the country and people fell for it. I mean, here you can give me a shot, a punch right there in the arm with something. I don't know what's in it. I don't know. Here, give me a shot. Oh, it didn't work. Give me another one. Oh no. Oh, I need a booster. We got to actually make sure it kicks in and works. I got to protect you guys. So if I'm not, vaccinated, then you're gonna get sick, or it's not gonna help me. I'm doing this to help you. Quit. Go on. I got to help you guys. You know, I didn't get the shot to. I didn't get the shot to keep myself and my children from getting sick. I got the shot so that stranger out there won't get it. You know, bull baloney. I never got the shot though, jab, whatever you want to call it. I never got that. My kids never got it. We don't. We just didn't. We didn't refuse it. We just said we're not doing it, and we didn't do it. And thank God, because with all my heart issues, I didn't know what it was going to do. And then with my kids being young and hearing a lot of these problems that these young kids are having, I didn't want it to be an issue there. So yeah, I'm telling you, man, I didn't either, brother. I didn't. Would you stop with the new toy? My Lord, dog. That's all she does is want to jingle, 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 jingle. Oh, she's something else, though. Uh, but yeah, like I said, we're gonna get that sporty going today. We're gonna. I come in here and she comes right in here. I'll come over here where the gate is, where she can. What time you got to be at work? 3:30, 4?
Yeah,
3:30. All right. Well, till 9. How many days they were going to work this week?
every day except Tuesday, except Sunday and Tuesday.
Sunday and Tuesday. That seems fair, don't it? For fast food every day.
I told them I'd work. They're
I
gonna
know.
get it to me. They don't care to.
Well, no, if you tell them you'll work every day, they'll work you. So that's good. You need to. Yeah, the babies are out back. Yeah, there they are. You see them? Yeah, you see the babies? Yeah, you see the babies? She loves getting up there and looking at the babies. So,
I'm leaving.
love you. Be careful. Have a good day. What you do when you have kids? See them out the door. What are you doing back there, kitten? Huh? What you do? Did you see the kittens? Did you see the babies? If you want some really good candy that's expensive, I'm not trying to advertise. This is not no paid nothing, but these salted caramel, oh my God. I get them at Sam's Club. They're big bags, big bags. Very expensive, but they're good. They're worth the money. The work for money. If anybody drinks coffee out there, you ever heard of the Laughing Man coffee brand? Laughing Man. I got some. Somebody ordered it for us and sent it to us. I ain't drinking it yet, but I'm wondering if it's a decent brand or what, you know. I think that's one thing about that stuff. Everybody is freaking buying, you know, creating their own coffee brands. You got so many coffee brands out there. Who knows what to drink? You know what I mean? It's just, I'll stick to usually Folgers. I do drink sometimes I'll drink the 1776. Sometimes I'll drink the something Bones or something like that. It's a really good. But like I said, I quit drinking a lot of coffee. I'll drink maybe a cup a day in the morning time now. I don't even drink a lot at all. I just don't care for it much anymore because it ain't like I need to drink it to get me up out of the bed. I'm up anyways, so I don't need it for that. I don't need it for caffeine. I just enjoy drinking about a cup or a half a cup. So I don't go to Starbucks. I don't buy those. My kids buy coffees and stuff. But I don't buy the Starbucks. I don't buy the other ones. I don't buy coffee. We don't have that stuff around here. So we actually have a shed, like somebody bought one of those buildings where the Amish sells those buildings, you know what I mean? And those sheds or whatever, and they turned it into their coffee shop. And they sell all those different kinds of coffees like that. So that's what they do. I don't ever drink them though. They don't do nothing. And I don't like cold coffee either. I can't stand cold coffee. Who puts ice in coffee? I mean, it's a hit, you know. They put their flavors and, you know, their whipped cream and all their different stuff. I mean, these people are paying $20-something a cup of coffee. I'm like, you crazy, man. You crazy. No way I'm paying that. I could buy a whole freaking bag of coffee for $20. I tell you something I never liked, but I had to drink it when I was locked up. You could only get instant coffee, and so I drank Maxwell House. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't like the greatest. But to be instant coffee, it wasn't bad for instant coffee. Let's put it that way. When you're locked up in jail and prison, it's not a bad, you know, it's not a bad brand to have. So hopefully I can get this stuff knocked out pretty quick. Get this shit on. We can get this bike going. We can get over here and see about this fair. See if we can. Hopefully that mail. Hopefully they'll deliver it about 10 o'clock. I'm not for sure, but usually sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. The mail lady. We got a new mail lady, so. Used to be the older mail lady wouldn't come through. She'd go on down the road and not come through until like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the evening. Well, we got this other girl. She's trained. She was trained, and sometimes she comes through like at 10 o'clock in the morning. So I think that's easy. I rather get my mail early in the morning than wait all day. I hate waiting till 3 or 4 o'clock to get my mail. I prefer getting it early. People are like, what are you talking about? Well, you know, I'm old, man. I'm getting old. This is what older people do when you have a home and family and children. You wait on the mail. When you're retired and you're getting around like that, it's, hey, what'd you do today? I sit on the front porch waiting on the mail to get here. Best coffee's from Brazil. Oh, I bet, man. Do I have a sweet tooth? Always do. Always I have a sweet tooth. Man, I love it. But my favorite thing is like gummies and candy, like tropical candy. Oh man, the Good and Plenty's, the licorice. I love black licorice. But I'm not really big on chocolate unless it's caramel and salt like that. Truthfully, I'm more of a candy guy. Like I like the gummy bears, the gummy worms, the chewy Starburst, the chewy, all that stuff. I'm just yeah, I'm a sucker for sweets. A lot of people say you like cake or pie better. I'm a cake guy. I like cake. I do. I like the ice and the cake and all that. But I like certain pie. I don't like. Now I love like apple pie and stuff, homemade apple pies, things like that. I'll eat it. Don't get me wrong. Peach cobbler with the right out of the oven with with a scoop of vanilla ice cream is the best in my opinion. But now when it comes to like pies, yes, I like coconut cream pie, like chocolate cream pie, chocolate pie, stuff like that. Yeah, them are good. But if I had to really pick, I prefer to have a German chocolate cake, coconut or coconut cake. I don't eat much cake and ice cream. Well, I don't eat much cake anymore, really, cake. I stopped eating cake, like, even when my kids have birthdays and stuff, like, I won't even eat cake anymore. I got to that point where it's not that I don't like it, I just had to sit and watch everything I was eating, and so I just quit eating it. Now, every once in a while, I'll go get me an ice cream or something when I get a real sweet tooth. I like Dairy Queen soft serve. It's hard to beat that. I'll be honest with you. It's hard to beat soft serve ice cream. Like I said, these dishes usually don't take me about 10 minutes, if that. I've got to get them knocked out real quick, and we'll get this bike going, man, and we'll try to, we'll put the battery in. And hopefully that bike. That's the bad thing. When I turn it off, it doesn't want to start back. I hate that shit, man. It's like, why does that battery not stay charged? The battery should be good, but it is what it is, I guess. It won't be. We'll try and see. I get in town somewhere and it don't start, I'll be screwed. I'm not going to turn it off at first. I'm going to ride it to make sure, though, I'll turn it off. I'm either around somewhere I can jump it. I'll take my booster. I'll try to take my charger with me, I guess, Take my battery charger to my bike with me. And that way, I can always plug in the battery and run it. So, you want to wash something without bacteria? Don't use that foam shit. Use something like that. It's good. You can wash these and then dry them in the sun in the window. Kills the bacteria. So that way you're not sitting there with something like a sponge with bacteria building up in your sink or on your dishes or anything like that. So that's nasty. I'm telling you, if you got a sponge or anything like that, always put it in the window where the heat sun is. Let that sun just kill that bacteria. Or if you got the money, if you use a sponge, do it once, throw it away. Or if you got the money, hire you a maid. That's what I say. Hire a maid. Hire somebody to do your work. Be surprised how many old people would come in and clean your house and every day if you wanted them to, because they're out of work. They need work. And I ain't talking about like, bullshit slaves. I don't do that. I don't care for that shit. But I'm saying, like my great aunt, she's older, and she used to do that. She retired, and she used to go and work for a couple of people, and she would go and clean their house like twice a week. And people pay them. She'd come in and straighten the house up, vacuum, sweep, do the dishes up, do everything, do anything that needs to be done, and get paid good money. Get paid real good money to do that. So, like I said, if you can afford it, it's not a bad way to do. Is to hire somebody to come in and do your work for you. I know that's laziness, or you're just busy. You know, it could be that. Just have to stay fit so my bike will accept my weight. Exactly. That's what I keep talking about. I'm so big. I gotta try to watch everything I do. Portugal. Where's that at, man? That ain't in the. That's a different place from the DM, right? That's not the same place. Portugal, is that a different place? Isn't that, or is that in like the same region? Like, I met a girl at Biketoberfest a couple years back, or Daytona, at Daytona Bike Week, 2 years ago, a year ago. She said, she was washing the motorcycles. So I paid them to wash, it was a bikini bike wash. And I paid her, and I was like shocked. Because I don't really, I don't accept the YouTube famous shit. I don't accept the, influencer. I ain't no fucking influencer. I hate that word. Anyway, she was a bikini bike wash at the campground. And I pulled my bike up there, and she was like, we were talking. I said, "You want a sticker?" She's like, and I started to give her my sticker, and she was like, "Oh my God." She was like, "Oh my God, what? You're Ray?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "Do you know me? Have you seen my YouTube channel?" She said, "No, but my dad lives in the DR, or down there somewhere, My dad lives in the DR." And said, "That's all I hear from him is your channel, blah, blah, blah." And this is another reason why I do this shit too, just like yesterday with Alex. And I was like, "Really?" She was like, "Yes." She said, "I know your channel." She said, "I ain't never watched it, but he does." She said, "My dad watches your channel. He rides motorcycles down here and da-da-da and all this." And I said, "Here, let's do a video, a short, and you shout him out on my channel and all this." So we did a reel and a short. And she shouted her dad out and said, "Hey, Dad, I got to meet Ray's mother, da-da-da and all this, and all that." And I said, you tell him." I said, "Huh?" Hell, she picked up her cell phone and called him right then. And she was like, "Look, Dad, look who I'm standing next to, and all that." And I told him, I said, "I'm giving her some stickers and stuff to mail you." So, yeah. So I gave her, 4 or 5 different stickers I had to mail him. So I was like, man, it's always good. And I'm telling you, that ain't an ego thing for me. I think it's awesome. It humbles me when I hear somebody say something like that. And I just think it's awesome. It gives me, like, it allows me to accept the reason why I do this. Sometimes, it's like, yes, okay. Now this is why it's worth doing what I do. This is why it's worth dealing with the camera situations and all the other stuff, because people watch and people enjoy. And you may not know it. You may go through your whole channel life, your whole YouTube life, and may not ever have anybody tell you something like that, or even recognize you or talk to you. But there are people out there, man. Seriously, there are people out there that watch your shit, or you wouldn't get views. If your channel gets any sort of views from 50 to 100 or 1,000 or 100,000 or 1,000,000, doesn't matter. That means somebody out there is watching your channel. That means somebody enjoyed it enough to watch your video, They've subscribed to you for a reason, because they like what you do. They like how you talk or how you look, or where you're riding to. They enjoy the bullshit or the comedic stuff. They enjoy the characters people build and put on there. Now, I may be a character, but I'm not a character. I did not build a character. A lot of people say, "Man, that dude's a character," Yes, that's different from saying, "I built this character for YouTube and I'm just this guy when I'm on YouTube," No, I'm this way all the 24/7. You know, it is the same. And people that have met me in real life and actually met me once, more than once, and hung out with me and all, they know I'm the fucking same. And not just that, it's, damn, I can't shit. And like I said, you may go through your whole channel and no one ever say and recognize you or say anything, or you may never see anybody. A woman was telling me, and she made a video. She said she was coming out of Walmart and she was talking, and the next thing you know, somebody in the parking lot saying, "Are you such a," you know? And she was like, "Yeah, oh my God," and it freaked her out because, and it usually does. It usually kind of, you know, it not freaks us out to the point where we don't want to talk or say anything. It's like a weird freak out, you know, like, damn, you know, like, really? You know who I am? You know, like, because sometimes you just can't believe that, you know, we do that, you know, people like, it's hard to explain, I guess. People watch us and keep up with us, you know, and I get it. I know people do. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that sometimes it's a little freaky when someone comes up to you and says, "Hey, man, I watch your channel and all that," you know. I mean, I love it. In the same time, I love it. I love getting those reactions. I love that people can watch my stuff and they can, you know, they get something out of it. I love that, you know, if somebody does recognize me or if anybody's out there, don't be scared to come up and say hi. I don't care. I'll talk to you. Trust me. Everybody knows that I talk, and if you watch any of my stuff, you know I talk. So you know I will talk. But like I said, if I'm out there somewhere at a rally or just in life or somewhere, I don't care. Just, you know, if you want to say hi, don't get an opportunity and pass it up, because you never know when opportunities open doors. Because like I said, you just never know. Like, oh, well, he's standing over there, or he's sitting over there. Man, I'd like to go say hi. I'd like to introduce myself, you know, blah, blah, blah. But I don't want to. You know, I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not the kind of guy that does, you know, I'll say something to anybody. It doesn't matter. But there's a lot of people out there that's scared to say hi to YouTubers or to people, you know. And like I said, it's not an ego thing, man. It's just, I've been in that position. I've seen and met people that's like, damn, Billy Lane, that's Billy Lane, you know what I mean? Like Billy Lane from Choppers Inc., that's Billy. And I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, damn, how do you just approach that man and say, I mean, you just do, you know what I mean? I did, said hi. But what I'm saying is, it's still a shock for us too, you know, but don't be scared to do that. Don't be afraid. What's up, David? Yes, sir, I'm doing the dishes. I was raised, dude, I was doing dishes before I was 7 years old. I was cooking cornbread, beans. Dude, my mother taught us how to cook, clean, you name it. We had to, man. Raised by a single mother, 5 of us boys. She wasn't going to put up with it. But I tell you what, man, she instilled a work habit in us. She instilled all this stuff in us. And I can tell you something. Any man out there says, "That's my wife's job. I ain't washing no fucking dishes. I don't do dishes. I ain't never washed dishes." Those are the ones that are whooped. And those are the ones that are in there. "Yes, honey, I'm doing the dishes. Yes, honey." You tell me you don't have to wash dishes consistent. But any man that says they've never washed a dish is a fool, in my opinion. Or lying. Because every man has rinsed a cup or washed a plate out. Trust me, I know. That woman of his ain't gonna let him go in there and throw that plate on the table or on the counter full of food and full of scrap. She's gonna tell him, "You clean that plate out. You put that shit in the trash or you put it outside." I'm telling you right now, I know. And how I know? From experience. How I know from experience? Because I've been with the same woman for 21 years. You know these things when you've been with the same woman. You know. So, but anyway, yeah, I'm doing dishes, David. How you doing this morning, sir? I never care to do dishes, man. Doesn't really bother me that much. They got to be done, right? My kid just left to go to school. The other one's college, works. They'll do them if I ask them to. or if I tell them to, they need to do them, they'll do them. Usually they're busy working or doing something. So usually I knock them out in the morning times if I do them. So I get them done. I usually already have them done. Usually I do them early. About, I don't know, I get up at 3:30. Usually do them about 5 o'clock. But this morning I waited a little longer. I was busy this morning. Like I said, I'm gonna have a busy day. Got the battery fully charged for the Sporty. David, the fairs in town, they came into town yesterday. They set up completely. I think they got everything set up. We're gonna ride over and check it out here in a bit. Got an Amazon package coming. I got to, hopefully we're getting it in the mail today. It says it's supposed to be delivered today, so we're gonna make sure hopefully it gets here today. It's a new mount for my phone and stuff for the bike, for me to ride my bike and have it. So it's not mounted. It's going to be mounted on me. It's more of like a chest and neck mount. Hopefully it works. Hopefully it won't have too much. Hopefully we can fix it to where, since it's going to be, you know, up close to me, hopefully we'll have it to where the wind won't get too much of it, because I'll have it closer to me. It won't be out on the, you know, out where the fairing is, and it won't be out there getting all that wind coming up hitting it. So I don't know yet. We just have to, you know, I'm gonna just have to hook it up and see when it comes in the mail. So, and like I said, I got a 360 hookup in case it doesn't. I bought a 360 mount so when I run my GoPro or my phone, I can just twist it around 360 and show me, or I don't have to try to hit buttons or unscrew anything and try to unloosen things and turn it around and tighten things back while I'm going down the road. You know, I want to do it safely, so that's why I ordered that 360 thing. That way we could do it safely and not have anything dangerous going down the road. So, because by all means, trust me, it's bad enough having to watch out for these cars and trucks, because these people are like truly, they don't care, man. They run over you and they want to fly and all that shit. So truthfully, when it gets here, we'll open it together. If I'm not on the live stream, I'll go live and then we'll open it together and see exactly what kind of stuff we're gonna go from there with it. So, and it's all right, you know. We'll make it work. It was only like $30, $32. So if it doesn't work, I'll use it. I don't ever let anything go to waste. Yeah, well, I went in and on the bot situation, I went in and turned all that shit off to where it won't penalize anybody for nothing. But I got to get enough people, I guess, to get in here and comment to I guess, to wake it up, make it activate. I don't know. It started working yesterday. I went in, I saved it. So I went in and saved all the changes I made. So hopefully, if you capitalize something, go ahead and capitalize it. See, it gives you like 2 or 3 warnings. So capitalize the whole, type something in cap locks, David, and we'll see if the bot pops up and says anything. And that way we'll know. I think it's got to be more of an active chat, or, because it said it couldn't be unlisted, none of that shit. It's open to the public. It's not private. So, because that's what people don't understand. When people say, you know, turn your cap locks on, that's why, so we can see them. We can just read them better, because on the phones here, it's just small, you know, lettering. And so I'm done with those. Those are done. So that's good. I need to wash my dishes. I don't have a machine. I don't either. My hands are my machine, buddy. Just normal stuff like normal people do. Exactly, buddy. That's me. You don't see me with a machine. I'm doing a pot, washing pots you know, silverware, all that. I don't care. Like I said, I don't care to do them, man. It's never bothered me once to do dishes, to clean up. I don't live nasty. I don't like a nasty house. I don't want to live in a nasty house. I ain't gonna live in a nasty house. So I like to, hush. I see you. You just want me in there. I'm busy, young lady. Yes, ma'am. Be in there in a second, but you gotta wait. I told you. Let's see here. I gotta wash the soap out of the sink and dry it. I can't stand having water or soap in my sink. That's nasty. Always gotta make sure you get the water and soap out of your sink. Y'all wanna see some good tomatoes? These little cherry grape, they're grape tomatoes. Look at them, whole bowl of them. I just pick them, they're huge, man, or they're not huge. The tomatoes are small, but I'm saying you get these big things. They're tomatoes. Grow the shit out of them. We grow tomatoes that size, this size. This is little. See how little my hand? See how little they are in my hand? We grow banana peppers, sweet. So. We love growing gardens, man. We love to grow the garden. We love fresh food, fresh food. We love fresh food, guys. I'm telling you, it makes a world of difference. I don't believe vegetables help you. I don't think they're good for you. I don't think they're bad for you, but I don't necessarily think, oh, you gotta eat them because they're good for you. Certain things may be good, they've tested. But in our animal kingdom, if you really pay attention and dive into it, there's nowhere it says plants, help the body. It's meat. It's the iron, all the stuff in the meat. The vitamins in the meat, everything's in there. There's none of that shit in a plant. We're not meant to be plant eaters, guys. We're not. We're meant to be meat eaters. So I know there's a guy that eats and goes on, he ain't eat a vegetable or nothing like that in over 20 something years, 30 years. And he's got a thing on social media. And I'm talking about, now look, talking about healthy. This guy's healthy. And all he eats, and I ain't talking about the Liver King and all that guy shit and all that. I'm talking about this health nut dude, and he will not eat anything that is vegetable, green, or none of that. He said it wasn't put here for us. It was put here for other animals and things like that. I don't trust carnies to put. Yeah, I don't trust carnies because they got small hands that smell like cabbage, dude. So I don't like the one carnies. The carnies that ride around and people don't realize it. I'm not talking about just carnies and fair people. Do you know, like, even the damn, the companies, not the big name companies, but some of the companies that go to motorcycle rallies, David, and they go up and they set up their little tents and sell their little, parts or their second stop party. They're carnies, man. They travel and they sell. They travel and they sell their, somebody else's parts or their parts. So to me, they're carnies, just like carnies, You're paying for a service. You're paying for something, or, like you go to a fair or a carnival, you're paying to ride a ride. You're paying for food. Them are yes, they're real carnies. I get it. But, You go to motorcycle rallies, you see all these vendors and vendors. They're carnies, man. They stay on the road and they travel. That's what they do. They're carnies, in my opinion. What are you doing on the fucking table? Did I say you could get up here and eat the goddamn news? Paper? What are you doing, young lady? What I want to know, who told you you could get up there? Hey, who told you you could get up there? Did I tell you to get on the table? You are not permitted, young lady. No, ma'am. You're not permitted. She just thinks she owns this place or something, man. You have a window. You're allowed in. You have one window that's yours. That's it. You can get up there and you can look outside, but you're not allowed on the coffee table. No, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. You know better than that. Or I guess not. She don't, I guess. Right? Ain't that right? I said she knows better than that. I guess she don't if she got up there, huh? I guess she don't know better. I guess she'll get her ass whipped with that. You see that fly swat, don't you? Hanging up? Yeah. You know that what that's for. So, I'm telling you, talking about terrorists. Oh, shouldn't have said that word. There goes my YouTube. Don't be coming in here squeaking that damn thing all day. So, give me a drink of water. Take a 5-second break, please, before I get... I just told you, don't come in here squeaking that. They don't listen. About like a woman, ain't it? Oh my God. Get your little tail out of here. Go. She gets all crazy like the dog. Oh my Lord. Phew. That was nice. Man, oh man. It's hot out. I'll tell you that right now. It's muggy. It's already hot. Hey, you better quit. Stay in here. So, those fans are awesome. If you ever had one of those fans right here, those stand up, turn. Man, they're nice. They stand up. They got like 3 or 4 different speeds. They hit my back. That's what I use it for. So. Okay, let's see. Ray, I don't trust Carney. Okay, yes, but safety is not involved. Exactly. It's okay, Ray. We don't mind. Let the dog play with her. Yeah. Well, I mean, she just wants to come and sit right here at my feet and squeak, 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 squeak. You know. See, there she comes. Come here. Come here. She got a new little squeaky toy. Come on. Come here. I'll show you. Come on. Come on. Here. Come here, Daisy. Any other time you're in my lap. Come on. Here. Get in there. Oh, Lord. She's something. The cat, they fight each other, play. They don't fight. They play fight. They love each other. Both of them. We got both of them pretty close to they were young. Well, the cat was 6 months when I rescued her. And the dog was 6 weeks old when she came. So, and we just put her in, we let them bond. We let them do their own bonding. And they didn't fight, like they didn't get mad really at each other. And so now it's like, of course they're best friends. It's like, I'll see certain things the dog will do that the cat does, the way she stretches and pops her back up, and just certain little things that they do. It's funny because it's like, you can tell she's getting it from the cat, Daisy. Daisy. But what do y'all think about that? Can anybody answer me that? David, can you answer me that question, buddy? Okay, my Sportster is a 2008 Nightster. My battery was dead, or almost dead. I bought it like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. Had it on the tender all through winter, blah, blah, blah. Started it a couple of times, and it sit in the driveway, went dead. Not overnight, but it went dead over, a couple of weeks or so sitting there. I forgot to start it. It got, it got drained enough. It went down enough where I couldn't even start it. So what I done last time, and this is what's crazy. I put it on my tender, let it charge for 2 days, put it in the bike, and I rode, and I turned it off somewhere, and I was like, shit, wouldn't start back, so I had to, charge it back up, the battery. On those Sportsters, like, I know they don't have alternators or nothing, but I like my Ultra, when I ride my Ultra, like that battery is good. It's like it keeps it going, keeps it charged. Is that sporty? Do you know? I mean, is it the regulator or the other thing they call it? What is that? Does that supposed to keep that battery charged? Because what I'm trying to figure out is if I got a bad battery, if I need a new battery. And if I need a new battery, then it's going to cost me like $180, $200. 175, 78 at O'Reilly's, and 180 or 190 at the bike shop. So now for the sporty battery, I don't know how much, I don't know how much it'll be for that one. It's a little smaller, and but my mechanic guy down here, the shop, it's Monday, so he's closed on Sundays and Mondays. So he's not open today. If something was to happen, I'll just have to charge it back. Yours did? Okay. Probably the battery. Because it shouldn't, like, go dead. Like, I shouldn't drive it to the gas station, and turn it off, and then it start. Okay, what it done was I drove it to the gas station, I turned it off, got gas. It started back. I went to another place. I ran a couple of places, and then like the third or fourth place, I went back out to start it, to leave, and it was dead. It wouldn't start. It wasn't completely dead, but it was like, not charged enough to actually start the bike. And like I said, the battery's probably 2 years, probably a good 2 years, 2.5 years, maybe. I don't know. I would say 2 years. I'll confuse the person talking, let me tell you. I confuse people because I'm in my head, I'm not for sure exact dates. You missed a good conversation last night on John's other channel, Unchained Down the Rabbit Hole. Man, we're gonna do a part 2 series to that, to the Anunnaki and stuff. Man, we got deep into that one. We were getting good into it too. We went about an hour and a half on that one. Possibly charging system problem. Okay. And that's what I was wondering. If that bike had a charging system. Oh shit. Utah? 2 Utah officers killed, 1 injured just now. Shooting? Man, it's still dark. Ooh wee, that ain't good. Huh. 2 Utah officers killed. Breaking news. Huh. That's never any good, is it, when they're doing that, man? Try a new battery first? Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get some money, man. I get a check every month, man. It ain't much. I'll be honest with you. So I'll have to wait until the 1st. That's a long way off. But that's the thing, man. Like, fall has come around so quick. Like spend $200 on a battery and then shit. Fall, got to put the bike up, bring the battery in on the tender, which I do. I keep both of them on a tender through the winter. And then it's like, like get them out. I think it's, but I can't ride them in the winter here. I get ice and snow, man. I'm on top of a mountain. I get some bad weather. You just ain't gonna get out in 0 degree or 5 below zero and ride a motorcycle. Now I'll just wait until next season. But man, sometimes I hate doing that when I have to buy a new battery and then see my hat there. Got the TV above me. I could have just flipped the camera. I got my grandpa always with me here. Let's see. He's right there. My grandfather on my dad's side. He's a good old man. He could whittle. Man, he would whittle canes. Let me tell you something. Talking about a walking cane. This man whittled over. There ain't no telling. Probably 100,000 walking canes since he was 11 years old. You don't believe me? Dude, get out of there. He whittled these for my daughters. They look like little hand saws, They're awesome, out of cedar. Is that not cool, man? Pretty neat little walking canes. Pretty cool, huh? Look here. You want to see some professional? Look, see these walking canes with the balls in them? Look here. Here, let's find the really expensive one. The one that's worth a lot of money. Here they made. Look here. My mother's initials on it. Okay. Look here. See the bird? That's my mother's initials. Got the balls. Look. Got the snake coming up. See the snake coming up? See the snakes coming up to get the bird? Bird. Love Papa. Grandpa. Grandma. Grandpa. Got the bird. Well, that one fell. That's all right. Is that not cool, David? Got the snakes on it. Got the balls in there. So, pretty cool, huh? Some nice walking canes, man. Yeah. Yeah. I tell you what, man, I damn near do it. Someone says, look, I'm talking though, man, like some real walking canes, like everyone, like he's made like all these walking canes. And that's mine. Look here, always carry a 7-iron with you, no matter where you go. Always have a 7-iron ready. Yes, I play golf, so you always got to have a 7-iron. I can do a lot. I can do a lot with a 7-iron when I'm on the golf course, man. I can use it to chip. I can, sandwich it. I'm telling you, I can use a 7-iron pretty good. If you know how to play golf, you can take a 7-iron or 6-iron, whatever you're better with or you're more comfortable with, and you can make it work, man. But I like the 7-iron. So. Yep, that might be my Paul. He's a heck of a man. He died at like 86 or 88 years old. He had cancer, man. He was eat up with it into his bones and everything. Didn't even know it because he was an old timer. He didn't go to the hospital, didn't go to the doctor. He had polio when he was born, a kid. And back then they didn't have a shot and a cure for it, you know what I mean? So he walked like, different. He had a boot that had the extra sole, it is what it is. He's a good man, though. The only grandpa I know. My mom's dad passed away before I was born. Her grandparents, which was my great-grandparents, my grandpa on that side, my great-grandfather, he passed away the year before I was born, but my great-grandma lived. I knew her. She died when I was 9. She was my favorite, man. I loved that woman, and I was her favorite. And then my mother's mother was alive, my granny, but my dad's side, it was just my grandpa and my grandma, and she died when my grandmother, my dad's mom, she passed when I was 12, maybe 13, maybe, of emphysema. Uh, she smoked Pall Mall non-filters her whole life. She rolled cigarettes, and she was Indian. Uh, she she was just a wild. She was a good woman. But she loved that. She loved that tobacco. She loved smoking that tobacco. And but I never knew my great grandfather and my great grandma and all them on my dad's side. I never knew them. So, but from my understanding, they're all good people. We come from European descent, and they came here and married Cherokee Indians, ladies, women, and that's where we come from. So I'm Native American and European, European. So who says I don't there, David? I don't supposed to. Yeah, I know. There. Boxes of them. Nine M&Ms there. It is what it is. I got two fists. You see them? That right there ain't never been scared to throw something. Yeah, I can't, man. I'm a convicted felon, brother. I'm not allowed to. I'd like to get that swiped off my record, but I've looked into it, and the Class C felony I've got, unless I was to get a pardon, which is unlikely because Trump don't know me. I don't know Trump, and I don't. You can file for a pardon. You know how many people file for a pardon per year? Every president? Thousands and hundreds of thousands of people. They'll pick so many people, like they'll go through their case and pick so many people and stuff. My case is bullshit, and I'm not a violent offender, none of that shit. I made one mistake, and you would think they'd pardon me, but like I said, it's a big system, costs money. I don't have. That's why they say you can pay to get stuff swiped off your record, and I'm like, yeah, I don't have $25K. I don't have $5,000. I don't have that kind of money today. And then I started diving deeper into it, trying to get my Second Amendment right back. Yeah. Put me away for 3 years over little. Here's the thing. Excuse me, David. I looked into it. Where the Class C felony I've got, they say they never, and it's a real. It would have to be a really funny case, odd case for them to actually, dismiss it and give you rights back. Now, like Class A, B, or E, or something maybe, or something is different. But Class C, they rank at Class C up there. That's where they get you. If you ever get in trouble, don't take no plea deal on no Class C felony, because Class C, you'll never get it off your record. You'll lose your rights. And that's where, and they throw that out there like it's M&Ms. Here, you get a Class C felony. You get a Class C felony. You know what I mean? Well, why? What's wrong with A and B? Well, because they're lower, blah, blah, blah. You're not so, it's not so bad. But with a drug charge, it sucks. Because I didn't even sell drugs. I didn't even sell the drug they accused me of. When you give somebody something for a headache and then not know that they're actually turning you in and ratting on you, they didn't come bust me that day. It was like 3 months. They're beating on the door, red dots everywhere, coming in like SWAT, like ICE agents coming into California. That's what they look like coming at me. I was like, whoa, hang on, buddy. They didn't push me. No, I shouldn't have said it. They turned me around and put me against a wall, a brick wall outside. I was outside. Handcuffed me. Mr. Ray, we got an indictment on you. I said, okay. Can you tell me what's an indictment? What's it for? I was 24 years old, man. I didn't really even, I knew things, but I didn't. You know what I'm saying? What the hell are you doing? What's going on? First time I ever been in handcuffs. Like I said, man, still never had anything on my driving record. Never been pulled over with a ticket. Never. I got pulled over one time. Got a $10 seatbelt ticket, and I was in my own driveway. And I told that cop, I said, "Dude, I'm in my own driveway. What are you doing? You know." I tried to fight it in court, and they're like, I even went to court, and I said, "I'll pay the $10. It ain't about the $10. It's about I was in my driveway." I said, "My driveway is a loop driveway," which you probably seen it. I've showed it on camera. I was pulling around, pulling out, and it's a habit. I put my seatbelt on right as I'm pulling out, or right, you know, and I was putting my seatbelt on, and as soon as my two front wheels hit that road, and he seen me snapping my seatbelt, so I just backed up into my driveway. I was like, "What?" I said, "Dude, you gotta be kidding." I said, "I live right here, dude. I know where you live." I said, "Okay then. You pass through here every day." I said, "And you're going to give me a ticket for putting it on in my own driveway?" And he still wrote me a ticket. I was nice. I tried to be nice. I wasn't hateful. I said, "Really, man? You're going to..." So, and he did. He gave me a ticket. Of course, he ran my, my insurance, all that. All that's good, man. I don't mess around with that shit. I always have legit insurance, legit license. Like I said, my tags are always good. Everything's good, man. I don't fuck around when it comes to driving laws and stuff. I've got perfect, knock on wood, I've got perfect record. I've been in a couple of crashes that wasn't my fault. A woman hit me and my old lady head on. About killed us. I hit the windshield. The only thing that stopped me from going through it, I busted the windshield with my head. It cracked, it shattered, and as I was going, the airbag, passenger airbag, pushed me back in the seat. Busted my knee up, which I had worse things with it anyways, and they had to draw more fluid off of it. But it busted my head. Blood was just pouring down my face. That woman was over there. She jumped out of her car, and that police came, and she said, "I couldn't get out of the car. I was smashed in. I couldn't get out." I said, she jumped out of the car and said, "They just pulled right out in front of me." I said, "Excuse me?" I told that officer, I said, "See this road right here? There's a road. We were going this way. She was coming towards us. There's a road next to us that cuts off and goes up another road. Well, we're going down the road, and she's going to try to get up to that road, cross the street. Well, she comes over in front of us. Instead of slamming on her brakes, she sped up to try to beat us, and when she did, she hit us head on. And I busted that windshield, and like I said, the airbag pushed me back in it. Fucked me up for a couple of days, man. My head was swelled. I was fucked up, man. And I said, "Officer," I said, you can clearly see we're still in our lane. She's not. Her car's trashed over here." He said, "Yeah, I'm wondering why." I said, and I told him what we did and what she did, and he said, "Yeah, that's more like it." He said, I said, "Yeah, she just said, oh, we just pulled out in front of her." I said, "We didn't pull out anywhere. We're driving down the road." And I said, "It was only 35 mile an hour, and we were doing probably 30, 35. And when she seen she wasn't gonna make it, she sped up to about 60, by God, and plowed us. And I was like, "What the fuck?" I was mad, boy. I was ready to get out, and I'm telling you, especially after she said, "Well, they just pulled out in front of me," I was ready to, man, I was so mad because she done fucked my day up. You know what I mean? Like, she messed my day up, messed the car up, totaled the car. I was mad. Thank God, knock on wood, I've laid the bike down once in my yard. I came down through here in my driveway on my Sporty. Got into some loose gravel, and I came in the yard, and I grabbed my front brake instead of the back, and it laid down. And when it laid down, I just stepped off of it. So, speaking of, you heard anything more about that guy that killed the lady at Tim and Mark? Oh, that wasn't 2 years ago. That was this past year, wasn't it? Or year before last? I ain't heard anything else about it. I don't know if I could probably talk to Bill. He would know more about it than I would. I know that I'm pretty sure they charged him with possession and all kinds of shit, because he was just high flying on some stuff. So $40,000 reward for suspect accused of unliving intern. Huh. Man. Of course, where does it happen? DC, the place that there's no crime, they keep saying. All right, guys, I'm going to jump off here. I'm going to come back, though. I got a few things to do. That bot never showed up, did it? So, all right. I'm going to check and make sure it's still in there. And I want to get some things ready. And then I'm going to get the bike ready, and we're going to take a ride on the Sporty. We're going to get the battery in the bike and get some stuff going. I'm going to see about getting my mount switched over to the Sportster. And that way I can set up the phone on the Sporty, okay? All right, guys. We'll see you.